Hey, what is up YouTube? It's Adam back here, and today I have another video. This time it is an update video. So I haven't done one of these in a long time, but I wanted to make it pretty concise, so I'm just going to go through pretty much everything that's happening. So first, I just want to say that I'm going to take a tour and tell you guys what happened with my Bricklink. Then we're going to do an unboxing of those, which are some very rare LEGO Star Wars figures, and then I'm going to talk more about what I'm selling on my eBay, and then I'm going to take you guys and talk about my 3D printing setup in another room in my house, which I think will definitely expand my 3D printing capabilities, because if you don't know, I make 3D printing accessories for Star Wars figures and other LEGO figures. So yeah, sorry if that was kind of fast, but yeah, let's start with what happened to my Bricklink store. Alright, so pretty much, this is all stuff that needs to be listed on my Bricklink, and I was doing that, but there was an error with my Bricklink synchronization software, which allowed me to cross-sell on like different platforms, or basically sell on Bricklink and BrickOwl, which is like Bricklink's competitor, not really, but basically that sync software deleted half my inventory, so I had to go and recount all of these pieces, and there's 3 more stack-ons back there. There's more here, and basically I've gotten halfway done. I'm done with everything in this room, but as you guys can tell, there's an issue because I still have to do this room, and it sucks because it is so many pieces in here. Or there are so many pieces in here, and I bought all this stuff thinking that I would have time to get to it like as soon as possible, and I still have sets back there, but yeah, pretty much it sucks because I cannot get to this stuff now. Basically because I'm like trying to get to this before my summer classes start for college tomorrow, which is unfortunate, but I'm gonna have to balance that with school, and I'm gonna try and do some other things too, like live stream, which is something I hope to get to this week. I'll make an announcement about that, but yeah, anyways, that's pretty much what's going on with my Bricklink store and why I've been kind of relying on a backlog of YouTube videos as well. I hope to make some new content soon, which I'll get to with the 3D print setup. Basically why I'm going to return to making some newer videos or new content, I guess. But yeah, so let's get into this unboxing now. This is a very cool package from eBay, and yeah, I'll just get this all set up here and we can film this. Alright, so this was a lot I scored for about 60 bucks on eBay. It's a pretty cool one because I don't think I've ever had one of these figures, which I will show you in a second, and nonetheless I think there's 2 of them. Maybe not. I think there was some issue with one of them, so which is why it was a little bit discounted, but I'll try and get this open. First figure is the prototype Boba Fett, which is a really cool figure. I definitely like this, I've always liked that figure, and he's recently gone up really high in value, which is a bit weird, but it's a cool figure, I guess, so a lot of people want it. And then there is a Commander Cody, which with his visor and comma. So this looks like the one from one of the Geonosian sets, if I can speak. And then we have a 501st pilot. These guys also, I had like 140 of these at one point. I don't know if you guys follow my Bricklink store Instagram, but I had like 140 of these at one point, and I used to sell them for like $7, and now they're like $25, which is a little sad. But yeah, and then we have this guy who, I think one of these has a crack in their torso, which is why the discount, which is okay. It's not the end of the world. The arms were not loose, from what the seller said. But yeah, definitely a really cool figure to have with the Death Watch Mandalorians, or the Maul Mandos as I like to call them. But this is definitely like one of my figures that I've been after for a long time. It is worn quite a bit, but for the price, I mean, these guys also just jumped in value so much, and for the price I just couldn't pass it up along with all the other figures, so it was just a kind of a bonus, I guess. But yeah, then we have the Chancellor, which I actually don't think I've ever had this figure either. He came in the Venator, and I think that's the only set. But it's a really cool figure. The cape looks like it's in good condition, and the packaging is really well done as well. And then this is a Boba mashup, I guess. This is a really cool figure as well. I do have an extra pair of the legs. I'm not sure about the arms because I think this is the light gray variation. So I might have to swipe some arms from like an old Harry Potter figure or something. But yeah, this is a really cool figure as well, just because I like the open visor figures are just so nostalgic. And yeah, this helmet, I've gone through so many of them back in the day, and their value makes me sad now. Because they're so expensive. But yeah, last thing we have is a Rebels version of the TIE Pilot, which I am rewatching Rebels at this moment, so that's kind of cool to see. In fact, I just watched the Flight Academy episode where they find, or where Antilles or Wedge's origin story happens, I think, is one of the episodes. So yeah, really cool figures. These were just a steal at the price. I really like all these guys, and yeah, you can catch them on my Bricklink store soon, as soon as I finish counting the other 200,000 pieces. Anyways, alright, so I'm going to take you guys to a different room in my house, which I have designated my 3D printing setup. Alright, so first I just want to say that my desk is actually cleared off. If you didn't know, I used to have my 3D printer right here, which made it very hard to paint because I need like a lot of space to paint and set up all my materials just to make it easy to access, and like not having an ease of access to that stuff really inhibits my ability to, it really inhibits my motivation because everything feels like a pain to get out and like, you know, like get all these paints out, you know, or just find a place to store them in general. So with that, I basically moved my entire setup and got some new pieces, which I'll show you in a second. This is the table that I'm going to be working with just in this room. It is just a tiny setup, but it's nonetheless really useful just because I can have a separate place where I don't have to print in my own room where I sleep, which is kind of dangerous. So yeah, it's gonna help a lot. So my 3D printer is right there. This is a curing station, which I bought, and then I got a respirator along with some filters just to be safe. But yeah, it's gonna look like Walter. I'm gonna look like Walter White in here, so it should be interesting. But yeah, this is pretty much where I'm gonna be printing non-stop once I get it going. I'll have the figures and all the parts listed sometime in the next week or two of all the stuff I print. If you don't know, I offer a Mandalorian kit, a Night Owl kit. I have another Knights of the Old Republic Mandalorian armor set, which is actually a bit of a throwback. If you don't know the charismatic armor set that I made, I basically 3D printed one of those now, so I don't have to sculpt it all over again, which is going to be really cool and part of the 10,000 subscriber giveaway. So we're so close. And yeah, I have a bunch of other kits coming as well, and I'll basically be selling all of them on my eBay once they get listed. But yeah, I don't really have anything to show at the moment. So yeah, that is pretty much it with that. We can go back into my room and I'll wrap this video up. So sorry for the echoey audio in that room. It has a really high ceiling. But anyways, so yeah, pretty much you guys know what's going on. I have one more thing to show you. There's just all this, all the Clone Wars stuff, or Clone Wars project stuff, which I haven't actually formally announced, which I'm debating on if I want to do that, because I don't know how long it's going to take. Like, I think I'm like 14 figures in out of like 250, but these are basically my customizing bags, if I can speak. They're full of parts, figures, other stuff, paint, yeah. And so this, once I finish my Bricklink recount and I get my desk cleared, I am going to be moving all this stuff up, and then I'll be live streaming from my desk again, which should be really interesting, just because I haven't done it in a long time, and I'm hoping to develop a regular routine So yeah, it should be really fun though. I look forward to like talking to you guys all the time. And yeah, as you guys can see, I also added the new figures from my Clone Army Customs unboxing. But yeah, things around here are kind of going to return to normal. I used to post all the time, it felt like, and I kind of just got away from it for like a year and a half, but I'm feeling that motivation again, so I'm ready to return, and I hope you guys are ready for all the content that's coming. And yeah, just to close out, here's a nice image of all the customs that are not in baggies still, in those bags down there. But anyways, here are all of the customs that I still have in my collection, and yeah, that is pretty much it. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more, and this is goodbye, and have a nice day.